Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Magic Talk. My name is Anthony Wilson. Today we're going to continue discussing spoilers from Scars of Mirrodin. But first, we're going to talk about a card that we covered last time, Ratchet Bomb. I had somebody ask me a question earlier today, actually, about this card. He was wondering about protecting his Jace, the Mind Sculptor. The question was, see, Ratchet Bomb costs 2. Tap, put a charge counter on Ratchet Bomb. Then you can tap, sacrifice Ratchet Bomb, destroy target, or destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of counters on Ratchet Bomb. His question was, if Ratchet Bomb has 4 counters on it, and they tap to sacrifice Ratchet Bomb, could he, in response, play Steady Progress to proliferate targeting Ratchet Bomb to put another counter on it, and then have it destroy cards with permanents with converted mana cost 5 or less, 5 instead of 4 to save his Jace the Mind Sculptor? Now the answer to this question is no, and it's right here. This is why. It says tap, comma, sacrifice Ratchet Bomb, colon. That means that the tap and the sacrificing Ratchet Bomb are all part of the cost. In order to put the ability on the stack, you have to first pay the cost, which is tap and sacrifice it. Then the ability goes on the stack, then you have a chance to respond before it resolves. So you cannot respond with Steady Progress to proliferate and put counters on Ratchet Bomb. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to respond to it, either try to destroy Ratchet Bomb or put counters on it after it's already tapped. You can't respond to the sacrifice. So that is that. Let's get to some new cards, shall we? Let's go up here. Here's the first card we're going to be talking about, Seachrome Coast. I think this land looks awesome. I love rare lands. I have like a land fetish, if you will. I have an entire binder full of lands. So I love rare lands. Seachrome Coast looks like this is going to be the first basic land we see coming out of this set. I don't think we've seen any other ones, but obviously it's probably going to be a cycle, whether it's an entire cycle of just ally lands or if they're going to do enemy lands as well. I'm not sure. I hope they do both ally and enemy lands. But this card, I like the wording right here. Seachrome Coast enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Then taps and produce white or blue. So if you have this in your opening hand, it will come into play untapped, ensuring that you don't miss your early drops, and it doesn't come into play tapped automatically, and it doesn't need another land in order to come into play untapped. So I think it's going to be a great cycle of lands if they all have the same ability here. I'm not sure if this is specific to the blue-white one, if all of them are going to have different ways of coming into play untapped. I'm not sure, but if they're all like this, I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I can't wait to get my hands on a full set of all the entire cycles. So, looking forward to that card. Next, we're going to talk about Hand of the Protectors, or of the Practors. I'm sorry, Hand of the Practors. It's a 2/3 zombie creature for a black and 3. Has infect. Other creatures you control with infect get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature spell with infect, target player gets a poison counter. Now, I think this card is really, really good. I have a lot of people coming to me and they're talking to me about, oh, I'm going to build this poison deck and it's going to be so much fun to win with poison counters. This makes it even easier because the wording on this says whenever you cast a creature spell with infect, target player gets a poison counter. So regardless of if the creature card is countered or not, you've still cast the creature spell. They are going to get a poison counter because of this. And some great black creature cards that we've already seen from this set with infect. We have Skithirex, we have Plague Stingers, and Icarats. If you cast Icarats, when they come into play, you put a poison counter on target player. So already Icarats gives them 2 poison counters just from casting it and putting it into play. So definitely probably going to see this card here in the competitive scene. Expect to see some kind of black infect deck across the table from you if you're going to any tournaments. Next we have Venser's Journal. It's the card I'm kind of in the air about. I don't know how to feel about this. 5 mana, it's an artifact. You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Now obviously this is an EDH bomb. I guess bomb is a little too overpowering, but it's definitely a great card for EDH. I know it is for mine anyway, because I draw a lot of cards with my EDH decks. So, seems like I can gain a lot of life here in EDH, but as far as constructed, I'm not sure if this card is going to make any kind of an impact or not. 5 mana, you have no maximum hand size, and you're gaining 1 life for each card in your hand. Is it worth it to gain anywhere? You know, you could gain anywhere from 2 or 3 life a turn, maybe 5 to 7 life a turn. You don't know, but is it worth it for 5 mana? Obviously, coming in against the red decks, is it going to be fast enough at 5 mana? So we don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about this card yet. I guess I'm going to wait and see how everyone else feels. And if you have any opinions about this card, please post it in the comments below and let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas for this card, because I'm kind of drawing a blank on how this card can be good. So help me out there a little bit with that one. Next, we're going to talk about Tunnel Ignis. At first glance, I saw this card, and I didn't know what to think about it. It's 1 red and 1. He's a 2/1 elemental creature. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under his or her control this turn, Tunnel Ignis deals 3 damage to that player. So they need 2 lands to come into play on in the same turn. So I was thinking about this card, and at first glance I was like, yeah, okay, maybe fetches, but they can just fetch on your turn. So I didn't know, I don't really know how to feel about this card. And then I thought about it more. If you get this guy down early enough, they're going to want to crack the fetches on their turn to get the mana to play the spells they need to play on their turn. So it's not too horrible in that respect. Also, Primeval Titan's very popular right now, causing 2 lands to come into play. You can obviously get this guy into play before they play Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan comes into play, dealing them 3, maybe even 6 damage, depending on if they played a land before they played Primeval Titan or not. So definitely has some potential there. Also, other spells that you kind of see once in a while are Harrow. When Harrow comes in, it brings 2 lands with it, so there's 3 damage right away. And I'm not sure if they stack together when they see each other come into play, so it is possible for Harrow, I guess, to do 6 damage? Does it work that way? I'm not sure. Leave your comments below about that. I'm not really sure how it works with Harrow, if they see each other come into play or not. I think they do, but I could be wrong on that. You also have Cultivate. Turn 3, if you drop this turn 2, turn 3, your opponent drops a land and plays Cultivate and goes and gets another land. There's 3 damage right there. You also have Rampant Growth. If you got this guy on the board, they play a land and play Rampant Growth. There you have another land coming into play. So it definitely kind of has some potential there. But like I said, I'm still up in the air about this guy as well. I mean, like I said, at first glance he doesn't seem that good, but then when you think about it, there are some instances where he can be pretty decent. So that's the show for today. I hope this was helpful and informative. Leave your comments, any comments you might have below, or any questions you might have. Let us know, and we'll try to answer them for you. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.